For over a century, the roars from Goodison Park have defined Merseyside's beating heart. But now, as cranes tower over Liverpool's historic waterfront, Everton FC is wagering its entire future on a gamble that has divided the football world. Along the banks of Bramley-Moore Dock, a striking new stadium is rising, a modern 52,888-seat arena that's become a symbol of ambition. But some wonder if this historic club is stretching itself too thin. Is this massive £800 million project the key to Everton competing with top clubs again? Or could the costs become a burden? Let's find out. To understand why Everton embarked on this ambitious stadium project, we need to appreciate the limitations of their beloved Goodison Park. Opened in 1892 after the club's departure from Anfield following a dispute over rent, Goodison has been Everton's home for 133 years, hosting some of football's most memorable moments, including matches during the 1966 World Cup. Despite its cherished status among fans, Goodison Park's limitations have become increasingly apparent, with a capacity of just 39,572 and restricted by residential housing on all sides. Expansion possibilities were severely limited. The aging infrastructure, obstructed views from supporting pillars, and cramped concourses all contributed to a matchday experience that simply couldn't compete with modern Premier League venues. More critically, the commercial disadvantage became impossible to ignore. While rivals generated substantial revenue from corporate hospitality, Everton's dated facilities severely restricted their income potential. In an era where commercial revenue drives competitive success, this disparity threatened to permanently cement Everton's position below England's elite clubs. The club initially explored multiple options, including redeveloping Goodison Park, but engineering assessments confirmed what many suspected. The site simply couldn't accommodate a stadium capable of supporting Everton's long-term ambitions. This sparked the first major controversy, with traditionalists arguing passionately that the club should renovate rather than relocate, viewing Goodison as an irreplaceable part of the club's identity despite the practical limitations. Alternative locations including Kirkby and King's Dock were considered in the early 2000s. The King's Dock project represented a particularly painful chapter for Evertonians when the club failed to secure their £30 million share of funding in 2003, causing the collapse of what many viewed as a perfect waterfront opportunity. This financial failure became emblematic of the club's struggles to modernize and left deep scars among the fan base. By 2016, with Farhad Moshiri becoming the club's majority shareholder, Everton's stadium aspirations gained renewed momentum. After thorough site evaluations, Bramley-Moore Dock emerged as the ideal location, not just for a football stadium, but as a catalyst for the regeneration of Liverpool's northern docklands. In 2018, a public consultation showed overwhelming support for the Bramley-Moore Dock proposal, with 94% of respondents favoring the location. This public endorsement, combined with the potential economic benefits, including approximately 15,000 jobs and an estimated £1.3 billion boost to the local economy, helped secure unanimous planning permission from Liverpool City Council in February 2021. American architect Dan Mice hasn't simply designed Everton a new home. He's created a cathedral of football that bridges the city's maritime past with its bold future. The most striking transformation is immediately apparent. Goodbye to Goodison's 4 separate stands with their obstructed views. In their place, a revolutionary bowl design wraps 52,888 seats around the pitch in one continuous embrace, bringing fans dramatically closer to the action. The South Stand stands as the stadium's crown jewel, a towering 13,000 capacity wall engineered at the maximum angle safety permits, creating what will surely become the Premier League's most intimidating home end. Step inside and the differences from Goodison become even more apparent. Every single seat offers completely unobstructed views, with the closest supporters sitting just 4.8 meters from the touchline, close enough to feel the player's every emotion. The bowl design and aluminum roof amplify crowd noise, making the Goodison roar even louder. The stadium's technological innovations set new standards for the fan experience. A dedicated Everton app allows supporters to order food and beverages directly to their seats, seats, while ultra-fast 5G connectivity ensures fans never miss a moment on social media. The LED lighting system can transform the entire stadium into a pulsating blue cauldron for night matches, visible across Liverpool's skyline and even from aircraft approaching the city. Perhaps most revolutionary is the smart seat technology. Every seat is equipped with USB charging ports, while premium areas feature heated seats with built-in screens displaying real-time statistics and multi-angle replays. Around the main concourse, a spectacular 360-degree digital ribbon board brings Everton's storied history to life alongside live match updates. For families, the dedicated Blue Zone features interactive gaming areas, virtual reality experiences that put young fans on the pitch with their heroes, and even a mini pitch where children can play during halftime. The infamous cramped toilets of Goodison, gone. In their place, spacious modern facilities, while 279 wheelchair positions throughout the stadium, a 30% increase, ensure accessibility for all fans. This architectural marvel has already earned global recognition, with UEFA selecting Everton Stadium as a host venue for Euro 2028, putting Liverpool's newest landmark on the world stage before Everton has even played their first match in this breathtaking new home. Building Everton Stadium on a working dock presented extraordinary challenges beginning in July 2021. Instead of standard foundation work, engineers first sealed the water-filled dock with 2,300 cubic meters of specialized grout. The complex nature of the project required innovative construction techniques. Over 500 concrete piles were driven to depths of 18 meters to provide a stable foundation. The massive steel structure involved approximately 12,000 tons of steelwork, similar to what you'd find in a skyscraper rather than a typical stadium. Harsh winds and storms from the Irish Sea required additional reinforcement and careful scheduling. By late 2023, the exterior structure was complete with the hybrid pitch installation, combining natural grass with synthetic fibers, beginning in early 2025. The original timeline aimed for completion in 2023, but various factors, including supply chain disruptions caused by the global pandemic, material shortages, and inflation in 2023 construction costs, pushed the completion date to mid-2025. This delay means Everton will begin the 2025 to 2026 season in their new home, rather than moving mid-season as initially considered. Funding complications also threatened the project's progress. In 2022 to 2023, Everton faced significant financial challenges, with concerns about the club's ability to finance the stadium's completion amid persistent annual losses. This situation was exacerbated by uncertainty surrounding ownership, as attempts by both 777 Partners and the Friedkin Group to acquire Farhad Moshari's majority stake collapsed. Heritage groups initially opposed the project, arguing that building on the historic dock would damage Liverpool's UNESCO World Heritage status. Indeed, in July 2021, UNESCO ultimately did remove Liverpool's waterfront from its World Heritage list, citing developments including the stadium as incompatible with the site's historical significance. Transportation and access plans have also generated debate. The stadium's relatively limited parking facilities, approximately 300 spaces, combined with restricted street parking on match days, have raised concerns about fan access. While public transport links including improved rail services to nearby Sandhill Station are planned, some supporters, particularly those with accessibility needs, have expressed concerns about the arrangements. Despite these challenges, construction has progressed steadily. As of February 2025, the stadium is in its final stages of completion, with finishing touches being applied to internal areas and the surrounding public spaces. Current timelines indicate the stadium will host its first competitive fixture for the opening of the 2025-26 Premier League season. Financing Everton Stadium has been as complex as its construction, with the estimated cost rising significantly from initial projections to approximately £800 million. This escalation reflects both the unique challenges of building on a dock site and the broader inflationary pressures affecting construction projects globally. The funding model has evolved through several iterations. Initially, major shareholder Farhad Moshiri committed to providing substantial personal investment, with additional financing secured through a combination of commercial loans and private placement agreements. A significant breakthrough came in 2021 when the club secured a £350 million loan facility from North American firm Rights and Media Funding Limited. This arrangement provided crucial capital to maintain construction momentum during the project's early phases. In March 2022, Everton announced another major financing milestone, securing a £300 million loan facility through U.S. investment bank J.P. Morgan, along with MUFG and investment firm Carlyle. This agreement was structured as private placement, largely replacing the earlier Rights and Media Funding loan with more favorable terms. The funding plan was further supplemented by a £45 million loan from Liverpool City Council's Strategic Investment Fund. This public sector contribution reflected the broader economic benefits expected from the stadium, including job creation and regeneration of the Northern Docklands area. The stadium's premium seating and hospitality areas form a key part of the business model, with significantly expanded corporate facilities compared to Goodison Park. These high-yield areas are projected to generate approximately £30 to £40 million in annual revenue, more than triple the club's previous matchday income. Seasonal memberships for these premium spaces have already sold out, demonstrating strong commercial demand. Despite this innovative financing approach, the project has faced skepticism from some financial analysts who question whether the return on investment justifies the enormous expenditure for a club that has recently struggled in the lower half of the Premier League table. However, defenders of the project emphasize the transformative potential of the new revenue streams. Beyond matchday income, the stadium's design allows for year-round utilization through conferences, concerts, and other events. The business plan anticipates approximately £12 to £15 million in annual non-matchday revenue, income streams that were virtually impossible at Goodison Park. As this waterfront stadium nears completion, it's more than a venue. It's Everton's bold statement of ambition despite recent struggles. What do you think this new stadium will mean for Everton's future prospects, both on and off the pitch? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated.